Hello, and welcome to video number 2 in our CBD class series. In the last video, I was telling you about some of my hesitations, which may have been some of yours. And I'm not done with that yet, which may seem kind of strange in a class that is trying to teach you to take, or why to take, or how to take CBD. But I'm wondering if some of you might have these same things, so I'm going to continue with that just a little bit. One of the things that gave me pause once CBD was legal to sell, or sort of legal, I wasn't really even sure if it was completely legal. Remember that. Those things have changed. We'll get into some of that in a little bit, but I really wasn't sure what this was, if it was legal. And one of the biggest things that was really bothering me was that people that were promoting it said, use CBD for everything. They were promoting it for anything from anxiety to stress to the common cold, you name it. CBD was just going to cure it all. So that might make some of you laugh because perhaps you perceive me as saying that about essential oils. Now remember, I would never tell you what's going to cure you. I'm not allowed to do that, and I wouldn't do that. But I will tell you certain things that can help you. However, even though I'm the essential oil girl, like I said in the last video, they are my thing, there are a lot of essential oils. And I would never ever tell you that the only essential oil you'll ever need is thieves. You can do a lot with thieves. In fact, you could probably do it all with thieves. But is it going to be as effective as perhaps lavender in relaxation or sleep, or peppermint with stimulation, maybe some hot flashes or cramping and things like that? It could help you, but it might take a little longer than using an essential oil that we know works faster. So I still am going to stand on that you can't say that any one thing will do everything you need. And that was really bothering me about what some of the direct marketers and maybe some of the other users were saying. They were kind of going crazy with it. Again, I know you might think that about me, but remember the difference. There's a lot of different essential oils. And I also talk about natural wellness too. I don't use essential oils just for getting better. I use them for cleaning up my life. That may not be what you need CBD for. So anyway, companies were popping up everywhere. Unfortunately, some of them were just not safe. And there really wasn't, agencies in this country, in the United States, really weren't able to get a good grip on trying to handle that. CBD is considered an over-the-counter drug, but the FDA doesn't sit there and monitor every single sale of every single bottle. And that's the same of even OTC medications. There are some standards they have to meet, but sometimes they can't really catch everything that's going on out there. So anyway, that was my big thing with that. The problem also with some of the CBD companies that were cropping up everywhere is they were riddled with impurities, which makes sense, right? If all of a sudden there's an overnight CBD company and you don't know where it came from, you probably, well, not probably, you do need to be very careful about what you're using. A lot of them had some junk in it, some toxins. They were grown improperly. Many of them had illegal levels of THC. THC is the component that will alter your mind. CBD is not intended to be a mind-altering product. There were also synthetic CBDs already cropping up that random testing was discovering. So you probably don't want that unless it's marketed at that, and I don't know why anybody would even do that. So yeah, things you got to watch out for. The wrong amounts of THC. It's going to give you some bad side effects, and also synthetics. And again, it's the same thing as what you get with an essential oil. So that part out of the way. Young Living teamed up with a company called Nature's Ultra, which is a farm basically that they had completely vetted out to meet their standards. And once that happened, I knew I would finally get a CBD product that I could trust, that I would be interested in learning about. So let's learn about this a little bit together. Now, I want you to know that I am not someone, whether in my essential oil classes or in these CBD classes, that will ever just repeat information that was given to me without fact checking. So two of the sources that I am relying from for this class that I learned a lot from, and this is just two of the many, but two of my favorites have been this book, which is CBD Plant-Based Wellness by Cody Lynn Kaler. By the way, I have copies of these. If you want it, they're $6. And also in a fantastic book by one of my favorite physicians, Dr. Oliver Wanker, about the power of CBD and essential oils. This is an amazing book, by the way. I love this guy. I don't have these for sale, but you can look them up. So, great resources. If you want to really look into this topic, those are two books I think you ought to get. You know why I like them so much? They're full of their actual reference points, the studies that they cite, not from just some blogger, not from HuffPost, not not just these random ones that are out there, but from actual medical and scientific studies. That's what rings true with me. So, what exactly is CBD? Well, CBD is short for cannabidiol. It ends, that word ends not in IOL, but in OIL. Keep that in mind, especially if you're trying to figure out if CBD is an essential oil. It is not. It is an extraction from the hemp plant. What's hemp? Well, hemp has been around and written about for centuries. Hemp and marijuana both are derived from the cannabis plant. It depends on how it is cultivated and grown. So it is grown for two completely separate things. Hemp does have an essential oil, but it is not CBD. It smells good. It's used in flavoring and also in some perfumes, but don't confuse that. It is not CBD. CBD, cannabidiol, is a thicker product. It is not the thin extraction that an essential oil is. In order to get it out of the plant, there are two different ways to do that. You can get it out with a CO2 extraction with cool steam, or with a solvent. So which one do you think we use with Nature's Ultra? Give you a guess, right? Well, obviously it's not a solvent. We don't use solvents for anything. Our product is extracted from that plant using CO2, a cool cold extraction. So that's it for today. Next video, we'll get into a little bit more. Thank you.